solo round, which is 4 in a row. It's just each contestant against the clock. You need 2 winners from this. Those 2 will go through to our final today. Steve, you are the first person to get into this round. There are your categories: royalty, geography, jazz and monsters. Steve, I know that for the last 2 days you wanted first pick. Now you've got it. What will you choose?
Monsters, please.
Monsters. Steve, come and join me here, please, for your solo round. 4 in a row on monsters. Why did you pick monsters? You had first choice.
There can't be many questions on monsters.
I see. All right. Well, we shall find out whether there are many questions on monsters. Steve, are you ready to play 4 in a row?
I am, yes.
All right. Well, we'll put 40 seconds on the clock for you. You'll have that 40 seconds to answer correctly 4 in a row or be credited with your highest score on monsters. And you're about to find out whether there are many questions on them, Steve. Your time starts now. Also known as the abominable snowman, what is the Tibetan name for... Yeti is correct. In European folklore, a man who changes shape involuntarily under the influence of the full moon is called what? A werewolf. That is correct. Which film monster killed a Tyrannosaurus Rex while Fay Ray watched?
Flying pterodactyl.
No, King Kong. In Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, what nationality was the monster's creator?
German.
No, Swiss. Name the legendary monster usually shown as a huge, bat-winged, fire-breathing, scaly lizard.
Don't know.
A dragon. According to Bram Stoker's Gothic novel, where did the blood-sucking Count Dracula come from?
Transylvania.
He did. Name the gigantic monster with 9 heads that was slain by Hercules. Oh, you don't have time to answer, Steve. It was the Hydra. You didn't score 4 in a row on the monsters, but never mind, Steve, you scored 2. Well played. Susan, that means you have a choice of royalty, geography or jazz. What category would you like, Susan?
Royalty, please.
Royalty. Will you come and join me here, please, Susan, for your solo 4 in a row round? Welcome, Susan. This is as far as you've got so far. Are you a royal watcher?
Yes.
Like the royal families all over Europe, including, of course, your own. All right. Ready to play 4 in a row, Susan? Well, we'll put those 40 seconds on the clock for Susan. On the subject of royalty, you'll have all that time to answer correctly 4 in a row or go back with your highest score. Susan, your time starts now. To which throne did Juan Carlos accede in 1975?
Spain.
Correct. Who is second in line to the British throne and the first child of the Prince and Princess of Wales?
Prince William.
Correct. In which European country have Wilhelmina, Juliana and Beatrix successively been queens since the war?
Netherlands.
That is correct. According to the Bible, which Arabian queen sought to test the wisdom of King Solomon of Israel?
Sheba.
Sheba is correct, Susan. You were right on royalty. You scored 4 in a row. Well done, Susan. Well done. There's Susan Patterson from Scotland. Got the category she wanted, and she's got her 4 in a row. Free. That means you have geography or jazz. Which will it be?
Geography, please.
Geography, free, representing Luxembourg. Free, Martin. Well, here you are, all ready to go on geography. You need to score 4 in a row. If you score 4 in a row, you're in that final with Susan. If you even score 2, you'll be in a tiebreaker with Steve. So, free, are you ready to play 4 in a row?
Yes.
All right, well, now we will put that 40 seconds on the clock for you. And on geography, your chosen subject, you'll have all that 40 seconds to do as well as you can, free. Ready?
Yes.
Your time starts now. Provence is a region of which European
France.
country? Correct. What 4-letter word is a rock-like ridge formed from coral?
A reef.
That is correct. What beginning with T do we call treeless ground in polar regions?
Tiger.
No, we don't. It's tundra. What term describes a long, narrow arm of the sea resulting from the sea flooding a glacial valley?
Pass.
A fjord. Which continent is immediately west of the Urals?
Europe.
Europe is. Beginning with K, what's Africa's highest mountain?
Kilimanjaro.
Correct. On which continent is the small trading town of Timbuktu?
Africa.
Is correct. Uruguay's foreign trade flows mainly through which port? Oh, you've just run out of time. Montevideo was the answer I was looking for. You got in one answer there, literally as the buzzer went, but it was good enough, Free, because you've scored 3. Well played. Right. So that means that if we look at the scores, alas, today we have to lose Steve. He liked the category, but he only got those 2. He didn't make it to either 4 or to 3. But Steve, don't worry. We're delighted to have you, and we will, of course, see you again tomorrow. OK? Which means that I can now invite Susan on 4, who scored her 4 in a row, and Free, who scored 3 points. Scotland versus Luxembourg in today's final on Going for Gold. Ladies, please. So here we are, today's final and going for gold, and it's between Scotland and Luxembourg, between Free Martin, who was here yesterday and was just pipped to the post by Wales, and Susan Patterson from Scotland. Now, Susan got into this round first, so Susan, the first decision is going to be yours. If you like, you're going to be able to start this game. The first subject is cinema. There's a clue for you watching at home, coming up on your screens. Susan, on cinema, will you play or pass?
Pass, please.
You will pass the cinema over to Free Martin from Luxembourg, who begins control of this game in the Big Four zone, and your time starts now. I was born in Warsaw in 1882, but on being orphaned I moved to London and then to New York. I had early success as a glove salesman, but with my brother-in-law I soon produced a full-length feature film in Hollywood. From 1924 I became an independent producer with such films as Wuthering Heights, but I'm best remembered for all manner of verbal gaffes, and as the G in MGM I am Samuel who? We've run out of time before you could tell me was Sam Goldwyn, who once said, "Include me out." Anyway, the scores are still 0-all. Susan, you got into this round first, so the first decision is going to be yours. Again, on art, that's the subject. There's a clue for you watching at home. Susan, on art, will you play or will you pass?
I'll play, Henry.
You'll play on art. All right, Susan from Scotland, on art, your time starts now. I was born in France in 1864 to a family whose lineage can be traced back to the time of Charlemagne. Following in family... Susan.
Toulouse-Lautrec.
Toulouse-Lautrec is absolutely correct. Answered in the four zone, which means Free, you're playing catch-up now, not having scored yet. The subject is places. There's an extra clue for you watching at home. Will you play or pass?
Play.
You will play on places. Free, your time starts now. I am a city, a trade and communication centre with Roman Catholic, Anglican and Coptic cathedrals, Greek and Maronite churches and mosques. I am just south of the confluence of two rivers and not far from Omdurman. I was besieged in 1885 by a group called the Mahdists. The then governor of the Sudan was killed during the fighting. He was Major General Gordon. I am the capital of... Susan.
Khartoum.
Khartoum is the correct answer. In the one zone, Susan, and that takes you to 5, which means Free, you're playing catch-up again. The subject is sport, Free. On sport, will you play or pass?
I'll play.
You will play on sport. Well done. Well done. On sport, your time starts now. I was born in 1956, entering a sports school at 11. My headmaster became my coach and prepared me for Olympic competition. I was the first person ever to do a backward somersault on the uneven parallel bars. In the... Susan.
Olga Corbett.
Olga Corbett is correct in the 3 zone. Brings you up to 8. Oh, so close to being today's winner. That means again, Free, you are playing catch-up. The subject is philosophy. There is a clue on the screen for you watching at home. Oh, a big sigh goes from Free Martin from Luxembourg. On philosophy, you haven't scored yet though, Free.
I know.
And Susan has 8. She only needs 1 more to win the game. Will you play or pass?
I'll play.
You'll play, you'll play. Oh, after all that. All right, on philosophy, Free, your time starts now. I was born in Wales in 1872 and died in 1970. I grew up in the home of my grandfather. I graduated from Cambridge University and went on to become one of the world's greatest philosophers and mathematical logicians. I was a committed pacifist and was jailed for civil disobedience and my opposition to nuclear armaments. I won the Nobel Prize in 1950. My given name was Bertrand. I was Bertrand who? Alas, we are out of time. Bertrand Russell. That means that Susan on 8 points and Free, you're on no score yet. You're playing catch-up. The subject is mythology. The clue on the screen for you watching at home. On mythology, Free, will you play or pass?
Play.
You'll play on mythology and your time starts now. I am a goddess of ancient times and I'm identified with my Greek counterpart Artemis. My name probably meant the bright one. My most important temple in Rome was on the Aventine and I was... Susan.
Diana.
Diana is the correct answer. Well done. In the 3 zone. Takes you to a level which means that you're today's winner, Susan. Congratulations, Scotland. And it means that not only do you win today, but you're in the heat final, which is tomorrow, and you've got this lovely memento, which is exclusive for you to remember, given to all winning contestants on Going for Gold. Well done to Susan Patterson. Free Martin from Luxembourg, hard luck, my dear. Maybe tomorrow will be the day. Maybe tomorrow will be the day. Twice a beaten finalist, but it's lovely to have her because she's a great contestant. Free Martin from Luxembourg. Well played, and we'll see you tomorrow. And of course, we hope you'll see us for the last time this week tomorrow when we're going into the real final for this week on Going for Gold. Bye-bye for now. Well done, Free.
Tonight Tonight, another chance to see this week's TNA Impact Wrestling, and Austin Aries has a lot to prove now he's the World Heavyweight Champ. That's later at 10 on the UK home of TNA, Challenge.